Hey guys, my name is Michael Tucker, and I just wanted to do a quick in the bag 2020 for the end of the year, what I was throwing in things. First thing to note, what's actually my bags are not my 2020 bags, they're going to be my 2021 bags, but I'm excited about getting them out. Went ahead and got them all set up this morning. Old bags were old Dynamic disc bag and a Zuka putter pouch, but you notice now I have some different ones. But let's get to the disc that I threw in 2020 and how my bag ended for the year. First, I've been putting with crowns all year long. They're BT hard. During the quarantine, figured out I like these over Marshalls and a couple other putters I was going between, but ended up loving the crown. It's really helped my game. I think a lot of people would say it's one of my most improved aspects. BT hard, Westside Crown. Also have a Westside Crown BT soft. I just purchased at the end of the year. I am testing it out to see if I like it for upshots. That shares a spot with a Westside Swan. Obviously, they're different molds, different stabilities. They may both stay in the bag as they are right now. Swan for more straight sit-down shot. I kind of like this for a spike approach. But that's the BT Soft Crown and the BT Soft Burst Swan. Next is my go-to upshot, is the Dynamic Disc Suspect. It's Lucid. It is also concave. So this has a nice feel. I can throw it forehand and backhand. This is my forehand approach shot. Any, come back a little bit, straight where I'm wanting to aim. Been in the bag for a long time. I still love it as my upshot. There are a couple discs that may replace this one. We will see. But suspect. Next, my favorite disc in my bag, just without a doubt, are my zones. I carry two with me. I have a Glow ESP zone and a 5-time Z zone. Both are amazing. I have a black zone upstairs that is now displayed because I've almost lost it. And it's such a pretty disc, I couldn't throw it anymore. I may throw it still some, but this is my just work disc. I could throw it forehand, backhand. I feel very comfortable in all situations. Will turn over slightly. This is just a meat hook. I love it for that. Any wind, this is my approach shot. Again, the zone, my favorite disc of 2020. Then we get to my mid-ranges and where I'm at right now. And this may change. There's some discs I may be looking at to replace some of these, but the first one is the Glow Z Meteor. Great disc, not as understable as a regular Meteor, but I just like the feel of it. I can kind of rip on it pretty good and trust it pretty well in the woods. It's also held its form really well, so Glow Z Meteor. Next we have the EMAC Truth. This is over, actually this disc here, the Z Flex Buzz. I am still playing with both of them. I like the Z Flex for the winter, but right now in the bag is the EMAC Truth. Great, straight, stable approach disc with the mid-range. And then my last mid-range is my stable mid-range. It is the Streamline Runway. Great for forehand approach shots. Great for spike backhand shots, just hit and sit. But absolutely love this. It's a Neutron plastic. Great disc overall. The Runway. Then, and I put this in with my mid-ranges. It's kind of a midway between mid-range and fairway, but is the River Pro Octo. And I know it's not the most popular disc from Trilogy, from Latitude 64. But I actually really like this disc. It's my first Ace disc. This actually is in over my FD, Explorer, and a Luster Champion Leo 3. But they end up all getting in the bag at some point in time. The Explorer I'm looking at again. But River Pro, I really like that disc. My go-to backhand disc, the Hatchet. And this is an elasto plastic, so it's nice and bendy, and you can really grip on it and do what you need. This is my don't know what to do, but I just need to get a shot. I don't throw very far, 275, 300 down the middle. Backhand, I'll go with the Hatchet. And it's great because I can throw some other discs that far, but I don't have to throw the Hatchet that hard to get it that far, so great for that. My overall work disc for forehands, it is my Felon. It's actually a 167 gram. Love it for forehands. Now that it's beat in a little bit, I really like throwing it backhand now more. I can trust it to stay straight and then bail for me at the end. But check it out, Lucid Felon from Dynamic Disc. And you're going to notice a pretty heavy trend towards Trilogy. I was definitely heavy Trilogy when I first started. Starting to get some different plastics in, but overall still pretty heavy Trilogy. Next I have Dynamic Disc Criminal. This is just an absolute meat hook. Skip shots, I love it mainly for forehand. I can't really throw it backhand very well. But forehand hyzer skip shot is actually super awesome to watch and throw. Criminal, Lucid, very overstable disc. Next, we have the paper plate. It's actually a Sargent. I got it from MCO this year. Great for backhand and forehand. I actually can rip on this backhand and entrust it over 300 feet. I know where it's going to go. Forehand a little further. I throw a forehand further than my backhand, so this can be up to 375, or 350, 375 on a forehand. But great disc overall. The Sargent. Next, this is one you won't see in many people's bags, but I love it. I have a gold line one, but this is an Octo Sapphire from Latitude. It's in the beginner line, I guess we call it, the easy to throw line. This has more stability than you would think. It's only 156 grams, I believe. But in the numbers, I don't feel like really tell it. It has a good amount of stability. It glides great. I can rip on this. It's almost a longer hatchet for me. So, Sapphire from Latitude 64. Next, this is where some Discraft is going to come in real quick here. We have the Hades. I have two of them. This is the heavier one, 173, 174. This is a 167 and 169. This is actually more stable than this one. I actually like throwing forehand and backhand. Backhand, I can rip it pretty good. If I turn it over, it will turn over too much. But my arm speed, it's not going to go too far. Just past 300, maybe 320. But I can trust this thing to let it rip. 325 flat ground. Forehand, I like it for hyzer flips. Great forehand disc for me. I know some people say, oh, you can't forehand it, it's too understable. You guys got to put it on the right angle and you can forehand this disc. So I love it just to watch it. Hyzer flip up and ride, come back. Beautiful disc, the Hades. And both of them are really absolutely stunning to look at. And this might be the prettiest disc in my bag, but the Zeus. I will typically only throw this forehand, but I am going to throw it backhand into headwinds. This is the disc I will use. I will not bring out a Hades in the wind. This disc will not let you get a little closer on it. Absolutely stunning to look at. This is a absolute workhorse for me right now. It is not my predominant forehand driver. You will see what that is, but this one I'm really stepping into, really enjoying. Again, Discraft Zeus. And the Hades were Discraft as well. Next, I have 4 Raiders. This is my main distance driver. The first one's SE, much flippier. I can't forehand it as well anymore because it's so flippy, especially in any amount of wind. But no wind, big open field, big distance. I can get it over 425 on a forehand. Not very far in the backhand, but I can throw it. First run Raider. This is my step up in stability. I can trust this a little more in the wind. It'll do the job for me. Next is my match play Raider. This is my straight and then bend whichever way I'm throwing. If it's forehand, obviously to the right. This is my trustworthy disc. I know exactly what it's going to do. I will not turn it over if I throw it correctly. And then a Lucid Raider I'm playing around with more and more. I actually like throwing it backhand, almost like an overstable disc for me and my backhand speed, but really pretty disc, Lucid Raider. And then my final disc in my bag is the Ballista Pro. And this is gold line plastic. It's the Mule Kick Open from 2019. Love this disc. Forehand, straight skip right shots. There's a couple holes that I will use this for to get maximum distance, but I need to kick right at the end for some angle for some reason. So, love this disc. A little pop top. You can hear that, but gold line Ballista Pro. And that's my bag at the end of the year. I do have friction gloves I wear, and I have a chalk bag. I don't have it in the bag right now because it's winter and you don't need to keep your hands too dry. But that's my in the bag as of the end of 2020. We'll see what it's like in 3 months. I plan on kind of just keeping this up to date for my own purposes. But if you're watching, thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.